Boury on the road, in the Verdon Gorge, France. Part 1. Hello and welcome to the Boury on the Road channel. Here we will share with you our trips around the world, some of which were filmed usually with an Insta-X4 camera that allows for 360-degree photography. In these videos, you can move the viewing angle on YouTube and Facebook, using the arrows on your computer, or physically move your cell phone to the sides and up and down to see in all directions. You can watch these videos using immersive glasses like the MetaQuest 3. We would be very grateful if you subscribe to the channel, click like and share with friends.
In a world that moves at breakneck speed, where technology rules and millions of people live in big cities, there are still places where time flows differently. Places where the rocks tell stories of millions of years, and the water sings ancient songs. From the highest peaks of the Alps and the Mercantour to the emerald lakes and magnificent cliffs of the Verdon Gorge, from the delicate lavender fields of Haute-Provence to the chestnut and olive groves in the hinterland of Nice, the south of France sings to the rhythm of the good life. In the heart of Provence, in the south of France, the river Verdon flows. Its turquoise waters and the deep canyon it has carved together create one of the hidden gems of Europe. The Verdon Gorge is protected by its rugged and breathtaking surroundings, which are revealed along the chain of nearby villages. It is the second deepest canyon in Europe and certainly one of the most beloved by travelers. In the spring of 2025, we set off on a journey that revealed to us not only one of the most spectacular canyons in Europe, but also the fascinating story of man and nature, tradition and innovation, adventure and tranquility. It is a story of a place that teaches us what it means to live. To truly understand the Verdon Canyon, we must travel back in time. A journey 250 million years, to a world where the Earth looked completely different from what we know today. The Verdon Canyon was formed 250 million years ago, when where we are sailing today was a deep tropical sea. Imagine a world without dinosaurs, without flowers, without trees as we know them. Where we stand today was a deep tropical sea called the Tethys Sea. This is a sea that stretched from the Atlantic to the Indian Ocean, and where Europe and Africa are today, there were deep, thermal waters. This sea was home to incredible creatures. Giant ammonites with twisted shells, colorful sea lilies that looked like flowers but were animals, and teratoids, ancient sea creatures whose fossils we can see in the walls of the canyon today. For tens of millions of years, these creatures lived, died, and their graves sank to the seafloor. Layer by layer, they created what would later become the limestone that makes up the canyon. About 50 million years ago, a process began that would change the entire world. The continent of Africa began to collide with the continent of Europe. This collision created the Alpine range, the high mountains we see today. But more than that, it caused the ancient limestone to fold, rise, and be exposed. Suddenly, rocks that had formed in the depths of the sea reached a height of thousands of meters. Thus the ancient sea left behind thick layers of limestone deposits that create the incredible walls we see today. Then the area was covered again by water. About 2 million years ago, the Earth entered an ice age. The water froze and turned into giant glaciers that stretched for thousands of kilometers. About 50 million years ago, a process began that would change the entire world. The continent of Africa began to collide with the continent of Europe. This collision created the Alpine range, the high mountains we see today. But more than that, it caused the ancient limestone to fold, rise, and be exposed. Suddenly, rocks that had formed in the depths of the sea reached a height of thousands of meters. Thus the ancient sea left behind thick layers of limestone deposits that create the incredible walls we see today. Then the area was covered again by water. About 2 million years ago, the Earth entered an ice age. The water froze and turned into giant glaciers that stretched for thousands of kilometers. The huge glaciers covered the Alps, and only the low hills of Provence remained free. But when the glaciers melted, a few million years later, they released huge amounts of water in the explosive force of a raging river. Imagine a river that was 100 times the size of the river we see today. Raging water flowing at tremendous speed, carrying rocks, trees, and thousands of tons of sediment with it. Over thousands of years, this water eroded the soft limestone, cutting deeper and deeper. The walls are made of limestone and dolomite, and as a result of the strong tectonic activity, most of the geological layers are exposed and perpendicular, creating a rare time slice that has attracted researchers from all over the world. Today, the Verdon Canyon is essentially an open natural laboratory. Researchers from all over the world come here to learn about geological processes, climate change, and even the search for life on Mars, because the rocks here are similar in structure to rocks discovered on the Red Planet. This is an open history book. Each layer tells a different story about climate change, about ancient marine animals, about the enormous tectonic forces that shaped our Earth. Forget about the books for a moment. The best book on geology is right in front of your eyes. Each layer in these walls tells a different story about climate change, about ancient marine animals, about the enormous tectonic forces. You can see fossils of tropical coral in a layer that was formed during a period that was warm and wet. And another layer that was formed during a colder and drier period. Each layer is like a page in a history book of the Earth. The result of all these geological processes is what we see today, a canyon that is 750 meters deep, 100 kilometers long, and whose walls reveal 250 million years of geological history.